today we're going to talk about lighting and sound. So guess where probably the #1 best place in your house is for consistently good lighting and sound. I'll give you a hint. It's covered in tile, which makes for very good acoustics. It most likely has some overhead lighting, and I'm in it right now. Not in your house, I'm at my house, in the bathroom. The bathroom is probably the best place for consistent lighting and sound, which is why I make most of my videos in my bathtub. I make most of my videos in the bathtub, mostly because I'm really lazy and I don't want to set up my lighting kit properly, but also because it's just so easy and accessible. Speaking of proper lighting kits though, if you do invest the money to buy one, and also, if you want to get a proper lighting kit, I didn't get a proper lighting kit until I'd been making YouTube videos for 2 years, and it was still when I started to get more into short film making and more professional creative endeavors or whatever, so only invest in real equipment once you know what you're doing. So I waited 2 years, and I'm also really lucky because I'm the daughter of a documentary filmmaker, so there's just stuff lying around the house already. That's how I got all my microphones and a camera. I was like, Mom, can I borrow this? And she was like, okay, just don't break it. I did break it a couple of times, but that's what Sammy's camera's for. Anyway, don't buy stuff until you know what you're doing. So let's say that you have bought a good lighting kit, or you're just experimenting with lamps around the house and you want to make a cat video. There are 3 good basic setups for lighting your kitty perfectly. This is the 3 light setup. So here is your camera filming your subject. Here is your key light, which is the main light and produces what I like to call the Disney twinkle, which is that cute little twinkle in people's eyes when you get the lighting right. This is your fill light, which makes sure that the key light doesn't cause any shadows on this side, and this is your backlight to make sure that there aren't any shadows on the back. So that is the 3 light setup. This is the 2 light setup where you have your key light or a window projecting natural daylight onto your subject. Then you have your camera filming your subject. You have a fill light over here so that there aren't any shadows. And then you have a bounce board or a whiteboard, or basically anything that's white that can reflect light back onto your subject. So FYI, a bunch of white t-shirts could potentially work. And finally, this is the 1 light setup where you have your key light or some sunlight, you have your camera, your subject, and I like to use a bounce board in this just so that there aren't any shadows at all, but you don't have to use it. Daylight is awesome because it makes your skin look wonderful and it's the best, but if you want to work in daylight, then you have to work fast. If you're really ambitious, golden hour is when the light is golden, and it only happens twice a day, sunrise and just before sunset. So if you want to get up at 5 in the morning, I've done it before. The footage looks great, but you're gonna be really tired when you edit. So if you're ambitious, go for it. Or just wait until 5. Like, I guess you could also do that, but that doesn't sound as, like, adventurous and filmmakery, so whatever, take the loser's way out. Getting sleep.